So I have this kidney ear wire, and so what I'm gonna do here is add this I really like um, this small earrings, which is very cute, and you can make one for yourself, several with different colors. We have got this cube beads, um, one big strand of this cube beads in GGC treasure bag, the autumn tones, and so I'm using that to make this actually cute earrings. It's very cute, small, dainty, but at the same time I really like it a lot. So I'm using this delica beads. I think these are delicas. Okay, by the way, there is no stickers whatsoever. I got this from Mercari. So these three colors are the ones that I'm using because I want to go around the autumn tones. I don't want to go out of that. So I have these colors put on. Excuse my hand. I got Diwali came around. It's a very big festival for us Indians. And then I was frying. Hi friends, I was recording it. For some reason it just stopped recording. I don't know why. But I finished one more pattern. See, you can see I just did it not in a straight way, this way. So I kept the cube like this instead of like this. Okay, so instead of going through like this, I kept it like this, and then I added some wire wrapping to the piece and made the earrings big. So both ways we can do. I'm going to do it again. So I pick up an yellow, go through the cube, bring it down all the way. As I told you, you need only a very short tail to tie off. Pick up a peach, then go back through the cube. Okay, my thread is exiting out, going down. Now I'm going from the opposite direction, so I want the bead to sit like this rather than straight with the cube, so that I can add my beads. See this? Both are sitting perpendicular to the cube bead. So now what I'm going to do is pick up 8 beads. It's from the yellow. So pick up a brown, a peach. I'm just following a pattern, you don't have to. A brown, peach, yellow, brown, peach, yellow, and a brown and a peach. So 8 seed beads I have picked it up. Okay, and then I'm going to go through the other bead, delica bead on the other side. So now I have covered half of the cube. Hold on to that. My thread is exiting out of a peach. So after peach it's yellow and brown, peach. I'm just following a pattern, you don't have to. Peach, yellow, and brown. So that's 5, 6, 7, and 8, and then go through the first bead. So we have covered the cube, just the first bead, not the second one. I'm holding on to the tail because I don't want it to be a loose one, right? So see this, my thread is exiting out on the opposite direction. The tail end is here, and we have secured completely the beads. So it's peyote stitch. What do we do in peyote stitch? So my thread is exiting out of one bead. I pick up another bead in case I will pick up a peach. And skip one bead and go through the next bead. So we will do totally 5 peyote stitch rows. So this will make it 3 and then 2 more. So make sure it sits properly on the proper side. I want it to sit on the right hand side, and I want to sit, see this, I want this to sit right next to each other. I will just zoom in a bit more for you guys to see. So there we go. Then pick up an yellow and skip one bead, go through the next bead. These are the primitive rows of peyote. It's very important. And then I'm just tightening it up by pulling the tail thread. Pick up a next bead, skip another bead and go through the next. Make sure it sits properly. A peach, skip another. So totally around the cube we have 8 and 8, 16 plus 2, which is 18. Yellow. Take your time, don't skip a bead, and make sure the direction is also fine. When I first tried this pattern, I messed it up. So that's the reason I'm saying take your time, figure out these first 3 rows. If it is correct, then everything will fall into place. Now pick up a brown, skip this bead and go through the first bead that we ever added. See, somehow it's sitting on the right when I want it to sit on the left. But I'll make sure it sits on the right. See, we have completed 3 rows. Now we will do one row on the right and 1 row on the left. It's simple now. Once we establish this 3 rows in peyote, it's very simple. Now what we will do is we will step up to the no. This is the first bead we added. So this is the one above it on the right side is the first bead in the next row. So I step up by going through that bead. Now my thread is exiting out here. You can see there is gaps like puzzles. You can fix beads in between. So pick up a bead, go through the next bead which is sticking out in that line. Then that will sit in between that bead nicely. As you can see. There we go. And then pick up another bead and go through the next one which is sticking out. Just like that, I will complete this row and come back. It's a little bit cumbersome to walk around the cube, but it's not that difficult. Pick up another bead. I'll finish this row and come back. So this is the last bead I'm going to add, because as I know that because you can see everywhere there is two beads, and here is the only place there is only one bead. So I pick up a peach, I go through the next so this is the last bead in this row, so I secure that in place. Now I am ready to start the next row. I did a row on the right hand side. Now I will do a row on the left hand side. For that I just crisscross my path towards the left, and now I am ready to add beads. I go crossways. Now there is a space in between these two beads. These are jutting out, so I pick up a bead, go through the next bead which is sticking out on the left. So I'll do one row like this, and then we'll do an embellishment. Tighten that up. Next bead, and my thread is exiting out of this one, so I go through the next one which is jutting out. So like this, as you can see, I'll finish that and come back. So I finished that row. Now my thread is exiting out of here. You can see there is 2 beads and 3 beads, 2 beads and 3 beads. So I want to go into the middle where there is 3 beads, the middle of that 3 beads. So I just work my way up through this and through this. I'll just zoom in a bit more. If you can see, there is 3 beads in this row and my thread is exiting out of the middle bead. I pick up one seed bead and I skip the two beads and then go through the next middle bead in the next row, just like that. And that will jet out like this, so you guys can see. So that's what I am going to do all the way around. Pick up a bead, skip one row and go through the next bead, middle bead of that row. So now pick up an yellow, skip that and go through the next one. The same thing, pick up a bead, give this pattern a try. You might not be comfortable at the first go or so, but then once you figure out what it is exactly, and it is easy. There we go. So now my thread is here. So what I do is I go through this bead. My starter thread is here. So I'm just going to come back where my starter thread is exactly. See, now they are 2 together. I'm going to tie a couple of overhand knots and take that thread off. That's 1 knot, and you go through the loop again. That's a surgeon's knot. So I do that once and then one more time. Just an overhand knot, go through once and go through the loop twice. That is a surgeon's knot. Tighten that up, take your thread zap and zap this small thread off. And there we go. Now that's out of the way, and again I'm going to get into position to add the bead. So what I'm going to do is come back here, go through the bead on that side, and go through this yellow bead because that's where I was standing before I went to secure the tail thread. Now my thread is exiting out of the bead in the center in the 3-row column, 3-row bead. Now I'm going to pick up a bead and go through the next, skip the 2 and go through the next one, which has 3 beads in it, and the center bead. Pick up another bead and do the same. Another bead, do the same. Another bead and do the same. So we have finished one row of embellishment outside this, if you can see that, right? So what you can do is, in this I have added a wire through the delica and then made a wire wrap and hang this in a earring. In this I made a little bail with the delica beads and added a jump ring and added a chain, a link, 2 links, and then I added to the kidney ear wires. You can use a regular ear wire, but this one is really pretty. And in this, what I can do is I either add it directly in this and do that, but we have to finish off this thread. All you need to do is catch up a thread underneath, just like so. Make a loop and put your needle through that loop and tighten that. That's a 1/2 inch knot. Go through the next bead on that and then come back. Catch the underneath thread. You can catch the thread wherein you have made the embellishment row, so it's easy for you. Couple of 1/2 inch knots should be good enough. Go through that. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is, this is the bead I'm going to secure. So I'm just going to make sure that is nice and tight and tie my 1/2 inch knot right there. And go through the next one and go to the side. Change the direction. That's the best way to secure thread. And then I'm gonna zap it like that. Use this in a very well ventilated environment. It gives out fumes. So now that is done, all you need to do is pick up a piece of wire. This happens to be a 24 gauge wire. That's what will go through a telica. I'm checking where I have. So that will be across. So that is good. Now what I will do is I'll make a loop. Take your round nose pliers and make a loop. Okay. And then open this loop up a bit. Take your bead and put it in through. Now hold that loop and wrap the tail around. This point, you can snip off the excess wire. Just 2 wraps is enough. And take a cube and put it on top, just like that. And then tuck the tail in. Wait. Hopefully I didn't break any telica. Straightening it out. And now again another wrap loop. So keep your round nose pliers on top. Reposition it. You have a loop. And then just bring it around. Now snip that excess tail off. You will have to tuck that tail in. I'll take another kidney ear wire. And it's easy to add this. Look at that. See how cute the earring came out. I really like the way it turned out to be. I hope you guys like it too. If you do, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit the bell icon for notification. I do upload videos couple of times a week. Thanks so much for watching. Have a good day and bye.